In the heart of Belgium lies Antwerp, a city synonymous with one thing: diamonds. Over 80% of the world's diamonds pass through this single city, making it the undisputed diamond capital of the world. And at the epicenter of this glittering trade stands the Antwerp Diamond Center. But this isn't just a building, it's a fortress. It's protected by its own dedicated police force, over 60 surveillance cameras, and steel barriers that can rise from the ground in an instant. The crown jewel of its security is the central vault. Buried 2 floors underground, it's a modern-day treasure chest protected by 10 layers of security. Its door is a 3-ton, 30-centimeter thick slab of steel. It's equipped with seismic sensors to detect vibrations, a complex lock with millions of combinations, and alarms that react to the slightest change in heat or movement. It even has a unique, supposedly uncopyable key. Breaking into this vault was considered pure fantasy, a mission so impossible it bordered on madness. Yet, in 2003, one man and his team did the impossible. They breached the impenetrable fortress and walked away with over $100 million worth of diamonds and jewels, leaving the world in stunned disbelief. This is the story of the Antwerp Diamond Heist, a masterpiece of patience, audacity, and deception. The mastermind behind this audacious plan was an Italian named Leonardo Notarbartolo. By his own account, he was born a thief. His criminal career began at the tender age of 6 and evolved over the years. He wasn't a smash-and-grab artist. He was a professional who studied his victims for weeks, memorizing their routines and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. After a significant financial loss, Notarbartolo decided he needed a bigger challenge, a score that would go down in history. His target? The impossible vault in Antwerp. His plan wasn't about brute force. It was about infiltration and illusion. In the year 2000, 3 years before the heist, he set his plan in motion. He created a shell diamond company and reinvented himself as an ambitious Italian diamond dealer. Dressed in elegant suits and armed with a charming personality, he quickly won over the trust of everyone at the center, including the building's director. This masterful performance earned him the ultimate prize: an ID card granting him 24/7 access and, most importantly, the right to rent a safety deposit box inside the vault itself. For 2 years, Notarbartolo meticulously played his part. He became a familiar face, regularly visiting the vault, supposedly to check on his own deposit box. But his real mission was a covert reconnaissance operation. He used a pen fitted with a tiny digital camera to discreetly photograph every angle of the vault room. Every sensor, every camera, every lock was cataloged, slowly creating a complete digital blueprint of the fortress from the inside out. With the intelligence gathered, it was time to assemble his crew. He needed a team of specialists, the best in their fields. First, Fernando Finotto, known as the Monster. He was the muscle, a powerful man who was also an expert in mechanics and lockpicking. Next was Elio Denorio, the genius, a master of alarm systems and electronics. Then there was the mysterious King of Keys, a legendary forger whose real identity remains unknown to this day, who could supposedly replicate any key. And finally, rounding out the team was Notarbartolo's lifelong friend, Pietro Tavano, nicknamed Speedy, who would serve as the getaway driver. The next piece of the puzzle was getting the building's actual blueprints. In a move of incredible audacity, Notarbartolo approached the building director again, claiming he wanted to expand his office space. Incredibly, the director handed over the complete plans, including detailed schematics of the vault room. The blueprints revealed a critical weakness: a side garage entrance that bypassed all the main security checkpoints. They also confirmed a crucial detail: the guards rarely monitored the security feeds when the vault was closed and locked. Months before the heist, the genius put this knowledge to the test. Using Notarbartolo's ID, he slipped into the center late at night. He disabled the cameras in the vault's antechamber and installed a tiny, hidden camera of his own directly above the vault door. The next morning, their hidden camera recorded everything. It captured the guard entering the 4-digit security code, and crucially, it captured every detail of the long, unique key as it was inserted and turned. The King of Keys now had everything he needed to attempt to copy the uncopyable. The night of the heist was set for Saturday, February 15th, 2003. The date was carefully chosen. It was a weekend, meaning fewer people would be around, and a major sporting event was happening, providing the perfect citywide distraction. A day before, Notarbartolo made his final move. He visited his safety deposit box one last time, and while inside the vault, he sprayed a special, fine hairspray-like coating on the heat and motion sensors, effectively blinding them. Just after midnight, the operation began. Speedy waited in the getaway car while Notarbartolo stood by. The monster, the genius, and the King of Keys used the side garage entrance, just as the blueprints had shown. Once inside the vault area, the genius used a custom-made aluminum plate to neutralize the magnetic field alarm on the vault door. But then, disaster struck. The copy made by the King of Keys wouldn't work. The lock wouldn't turn. For a moment, it seemed the entire 2-year plan was about to fail. But Notarbartolo remembered something from the security footage. The guard had briefly stepped into a small, unassuming service room just off the main corridor. On a hunch, the King of Keys broke into the room. And there, hanging on a hook on the wall, was the original, one-of-a-kind vault key. The guards had left it there for convenience. With the original key in hand, the rest was easy. They entered the security code they had recorded, inserted the key, and the monster cut the electricity to the final security measures. With a low hum, the massive 3-ton steel door swung open. Inside, they worked with quiet efficiency. Using a custom-built silent hand drill, they systematically broke into 109 of the 190 safety deposit boxes. What they found was the stuff of legend: uncut diamonds, shimmering gold bars, and priceless rare jewelry. The total estimated value of their haul was a staggering $100 million. Before leaving, they made one last stop. They went to the surveillance room and removed all the security tapes, erasing any visual evidence of their presence and any link to Notarbartolo's 2-year charade. They drove off into the night, heading for Italy, confident they had just pulled off the perfect crime. But perfection is fragile, and fate had a simple, almost comical mistake in store for them. On the drive back, Speedy, the getaway driver, started to panic. He convinced Notarbartolo that they should get rid of the garbage bags containing their tools, blueprints, and leftover food, rather than burning them in France as planned. They pulled over and tossed the evidence into a ravine in a remote Belgian forest. The very next morning, a local man named August Van Camp was out walking his pets when he stumbled upon the discarded bags. Curious about the illegal dumping, he looked closer and saw papers with the words Antwerp Diamonds Center printed on them. He immediately called the police. For the investigators, those garbage bags were a gold mine. They found an invoice for a camera purchased in the name of Leonardo Notarbartolo. They found the remains of a sandwich which contained the DNA of one of the gang members. And they found the business card of Elio Denorio, the genius. The perfect crime had unraveled because of a bag of trash. A few days later, Notarbartolo, completely unaware that his plan had been exposed, coolly returned to Antwerp to clear out his office and maintain his cover. The police were waiting for him. In the end, Notarbartolo was sentenced to just 5 years in prison, and the other members received similarly light sentences. The reason? Belgian law at the time had a 5-year maximum for theft that didn't involve any physical violence. But here is the most incredible part of the story. Of the $100 million stolen from the vault that night, not a single diamond, not a single gold bar, not a single cent has ever been recovered. To this day, The Antwerp diamond heist remains one of the most brilliant, most audacious, and most maddeningly unsolved crimes in history. Thanks for watching. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel for more incredible true stories. See you next time.